guys. So someone actually asked me from my pantry organizing post what I did with canned goods. And I thought about it and I was like, oh yeah, that's so true. But I personally have a cold storage room that acts as my personal grocery store. So anytime I need a can, I just come straight down here and grab what I need and then make it and throw it away. I don't keep cans because I just feel like they're really hard to organize and it's hard to make them look really neat. Even with the can rotators, it takes up too much space. So let me show you what I've got. This is my cold storage room. It's actually a little on the sparse side right now because it's winter time and I hate loading this up when it's like snowing outside and I have to track all of that in the house. So I live off of it pretty well in the winter, and then in the summer I stock up a ton. So let's just kind of start over here. So I have light bulbs up there and those just go all the way back. So I'm pretty sure I'll never run out of light bulbs. Right here I have tons and tons of tea lights, and then back here these are just like candles that are in the stick form. And then of course all my pretty little tea lights, and these are kind of messy right now, but just all of those glasses that would hold candles. And one of the areas I was really having a hard time with was organizing my games. And you can even see here that these boxes aren't very organized, but this works really well for the most part. And the thing I like about it is they're all down here in the basement. So if you want a game, you're coming down here. It's not like it's taking up a big cupboard. And we actually have a lot of games, so it takes up 2 shelves, but I just find it's easier to see what I have because I don't have a cabinet that has this much space, and they're really easy to access. And then down here, I just have some party supplies, tons of mason jars, paper lanterns, and all that stuff. So starting down here, this is where I keep my cleaning supply caddies, and they're kind of messy right now because I haven't really replenished them, but I guess they're good because they're getting used. So I just keep those down here with extra trash bags and tissues right next to them. And then right above that is where I keep all of my replacement cleaning supplies. And as I buy more, I just put them kind of neatly into rows. Yeah, pretty basic. Okay, so as most of you know, I was manager for a Nevada salon a couple years ago. And when I put in my 2 weeks because I was going to stay home with my daughter, I put in the largest order of my life thinking it would last me a year. Well, I'm pretty sure this is like a 10-year supply because yeah, there's no way I go through this much stuff in a year. But the good news is I have it, so you know, I don't have to buy it for a long time. Up here I have some like teeth, mouth care right here, toothpaste and flossers, and then I have some first aid. It looks like someone has gotten into this, and this is actually one of the rooms in my house I'd like to organize better. I feel like there's so much stuff, it's just hard to keep it super organized. Up here's my emergency stuff. It's like my hand grinder if there was a power outage, and my crank radio, crank flashlight, duct tape, and just things that would keep you entertained if, yeah, there was a major emergency. So yeah. Okay, so moving on. This top one has a lot of just like baking type things, crackers and cereals. There's honey, and over here I have like pancake mixes, and then peanut butter and jellies, jams. Down here, all of the spices that I use, and salt and oils and shortenings. And then over here, this is normally not where I keep these, but I put them here when we started eating through a lot of the food storage, and I actually really like having these out because like my juicer back there, I'm more likely to use it because it's just right there. I can just move this mill and then pull it and use it. Same thing with like the popcorn popper and the rice maker. And then I found these tubs at Walmart, I think, and they just fit perfectly, and they just slide in and out. And like this one is where I have like rice, for example, and they're really heavy duty. If there were ever a flood, they would all be okay. And yeah, I really like it. Over here is where I have water. I normally have it go like 4 or 5 cases over. Like I said, it's wintertime and we've just been drinking through them and having parties and things like that. So this Sterilite container right here is actually something that we bought for our garage when we first bought our house. And then as we got our shelving in our garage, we moved this down here. And I don't love it. I mean, it works okay. I just don't love that to access it, I have to open these, and then that gives me less space.
But I just have a lot of my cake decorating stuff. Here's like my little baggies, and I have like cupcake liners, and then some tiered shelving, cake drum, and then like chargers and glass jars and things like that. So yeah, it works all right. Again, I haven't invested in a whole row of them to go all the way down the row because I just feel like it takes up too much space for how little shelving, and it's actually really limited. Okay, so here's like my survival area that we used to eat a ton of pasta until we started eating more clean and paleo. And now it's like every once in a while, so I'm probably going to have a lot of pasta for a long time. But when we go camping or when we go backpacking, it's really nice to have like the cup of noodles to just take so you don't have to, you know, mess with anything. And then I have condiments here. This actually has whittled down a ton. The condiments used to come all the way over to like right about here with all the dressings. And again, since eating more clean, I'm eating through, you can actually see that this is like from 2011, which a lot of these things are fine for a long time. It's just one of those, you know, like we made different choices. And so now I have more like baggies and foil wrappers and all that stuff and matches. And again, a lot of this stuff is like emergency preparedness. If there was an emergency, Tang, for example, is a great source of vitamin C. And so I have 4 containers of that because if we didn't have anything to drink, it would make water taste better than just water. So yeah, this next one is all of my random little party things. I've got like a chocolate fountain and some fancy cups and glasses, and a crepe maker, waffle iron, a mandolin, an ice cream maker. This is a drink fountain. So yeah, just different stuff like that. And then on the bottom, just extra bulk flour, and there's some just random knickknacks. So yeah, I do have 50 pounds of flour, actually 100 pounds of wheat, unground wheat for each person. So that would be my husband and I. And that's a year's supply, and we try to grind it, but like I said, we're not eating a lot of wheat, so it's probably going to be a long time. But this has an indefinite shelf life. Wheat and honey are good forever. So that's the great news. Okay, over here, I have paper goods. I used to have toilet paper on this pile, but then I moved toilet paper under cabinets, and I like that a lot better because I use more toilet paper than I use paper towels. And so when my paper towel supply upstairs runs out, I run down here and get 8 more rolls. When toilet paper runs out, I don't want to have to run all the way down here, so I moved that upstairs permanently, but I do have a lot of that in the house. And then these black, orange, and pink tubs are where I keep my Halloween and Valentine's and springtime decorations. I do have probably twice this many for Christmas, and I think I have 1 tub for Thanksgiving, but I actually don't even use that unless I'm hosting. If I'm not having Thanksgiving here at my house, I usually don't even decorate for Thanksgiving. I just go right into Christmas. But my husband and I like to travel a lot. We go backpacking, and this is just a handful of the bags we have. And inside of each of these bags, I've nested more bags. So, yeah, it's a great way to consolidate bags. The only trouble is it's not a super organized system where, I mean, I will come and take the time, but even before I shot this video, like I was nesting the bags that my husband went on a business trip to Denver, and he just took out the bag he wanted and then left them all over the floor here. So, you know, I need to think of a way to like add some shelving or something. Okay, so here's where I keep my wreaths. I have 4 different ones. This is like my Christmas one. I have a Halloween one, and then a springtime one, and then a blank grapevine one. And they're just sitting right on top of these water drums that hold 55 gallons each, which again is just another emergency preparedness. And one of the things we need to do is figure out a better way. Like I have a pump here, but 55 gallons would be really heavy. And so I'm thinking when we rotate these, we're going to need to fill them up on the floor here. And then we have the spigot that we could pump them out. But up here, like it would work. Like you could put the spigot in and pump and it would be fine, but it would be a little bit annoying and you'd have to get through a lot of the water before you could lift it. Anyway. Okay, so here's my husband's pride and joy. We've got our little safe up here where we keep the titles to our cars and just important documents. And then here is my favorite thing. My husband teaches concealed carry classes, and so he has a tons and tons of guns. Well, he doesn't have 10. He's like 12 or something. So maybe that's a 10. Maybe it's not. I think it's a lot. So with little baby in the house now, I just said, you know, we need to buy a gun safe. And so he bought this one. I think we bought it at Costco, and it's really great. And it makes me happy that it's there. So this was my pantry food storage tutorial. And if you guys have any ideas on how I can make improvements or things that you've seen to make it more organized, I would love to hear it. Also, I'm probably going to post another video because even doing this tutorial video, I'm seeing things that I'm like, oh, that doesn't really work and it doesn't stay organized. So yeah, show me like a video response, what you do, or if you have any comments, I'd love to hear them. So thanks for joining me for my pantry tutorial. I will catch you guys later. Bye.